guys can hear me. Happy Thursday. What is it? What do people call this? Friday Eve or something like that? Somewhat. Um, yeah, today's Thursday, right? Is it Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. Man, this week is going by real fast. So right now I actually have some downtime real quick. I'm about 20 minutes early to my next job, 25 minutes early to my next job. And I actually told them, I texted them I was on the route. They actually wanted me to get there, at the time that I told them to, which was 11. So, I'm just sitting here and I said, what can I do? And I forgot today was Thursday. I remembered, and, like I've said before, I definitely want to keep the momentum going. I want to make sure that you guys always get to hear from me, and if there's any way I can help you out, I definitely want to help you out. So hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm trying out the new AirPods right now, or actually not the new AirPods, the new Samsung Galaxy Pods. And if you guys can't hear me, let me know. But this one right here, I didn't have time today to bring someone on live with me like I did the past couple weeks. It's actually been a really busy week. I've been working. Can you believe it? I've been sweating, putting in the calluses, and getting my steps back in, because for a while there, I wasn't doing so much work. I was just out in the field. I was hitting up commercial sites. I was doing some bird inspections, some bird proofing inspections. I was doing window cleaning inspections. And so a lot of this was taking just, a lot of time out of my day. So that's one thing that I also wanted to talk a little bit about right now, is just how you guys are able to schedule everything, how you guys are able to organize yourself. That way you can, get the jobs done, but yet keep the pipeline flowing, because you just can't stop selling, you can't stop hustling, you can't stop going out there and looking for work just because you have to go and do the work, right? So I'm in a little bit of a struggle in this area as well. So for those of you who maybe are doing bigger and better things, for those of you that have been in this in long term, or have been in this for many many years now, um, and you guys already have a system down, or you already have a process down, let me know, because I definitely would like to hear about it, right? Um, right now, like I've said, I have two full-time vans, okay, going in two different locations. For those of you who don't know and that are just, hopping in, or have just come across my YouTube channel or my Instagram, and have been following me for just a little bit of time. And obviously I have employees, okay? And the employees are, they're gonna get the job done, right? When they can, when there is downtime, they'll door knock, they'll hang flyers, they'll mention some extra work. I'm not gonna call it extra work, but just some additional work that can get done. For example, if we get sent to a job for solar panel cleaning, but yet we walk over to the gutters and we notice that the gutters are real bad, then hey, we'll let the homeowner know. We'll take some pictures. That way they can, since we're on their roof already, we can give them even a better rate, because we're there, we're set up. We can easily clean their gutters out and get the solar panels cleaned. So it's a win-win for both the homeowner and for us. So for those of you just logging in right now, hopping on, I appreciate you guys, appreciate the support, the love, and of course the motivation. Make sure you guys hit the like button, comment below, let me know you're on. I can see your comments now. I think I've figured it out. Who's that? Leanne. Hey, Leanne, thanks for hopping on. So, again, right now, what I want to talk about real quick is just about just about the whole scheduling and the organizing, for those of you that are either in the same boat that I am, or for those of you that are looking to scale up and you haven't quite hit this road bump yet, but you're going to, because it's going to happen. How do you guys juggle? How do you guys manage going out, finding work, right? Because a lot of times, or not even just finding, meaning like door knock, but finding, meaning inspections, quotes, this and that, and also getting the work done, okay? Because, as human beings, we can't be in two places at once, right? So it's important that we get ourselves organized and we get ourselves really situated with a lot of this stuff. That way we're able to continue to grow and continue to get everything done. So what's happening for me right now, for the little bit of a backstory, is, like I said, we have two full-time vans going with two different locations. And right now I'm only the one that's out there physically, giving estimates, going on people's roofs, checking out the bird proofing inspections, checking out the window inspections. I'm going out there physically talking to the commercial accounts and letting people know, that we exist, because that's also really important. It's exposure. For those of you that are always watching and that I've been watching, I've always talked um, about exposure, right? And so you want to let people know you exist. You want to let people know that you're in their area and this is what you offer and this is how you can help them. So what I'm doing is I'm going out there, I'm spending my time giving quotes, giving letting people know we exist. But then it comes down to where we may have a lot of jobs throughout that day or throughout that week. But if I'm out there giving quotes and giving or doing inspections, right, how do we juggle all these jobs? How do we juggle both the quoting process and getting the work done process, right? So I'm in that little loophole right now. I'm definitely trying to organize myself, trying to make sure everything gets situated. But for those of you who already maybe have passed this, or for those of you who are also in this situation, make sure you drop those comments. Let me know how you guys are handling it. Let me know what your process might look like. For us, we physically go out and look at every single bird proofing job to get you a quote. We also physically go out and look at every single window cleaning job as well to get you a quote. The reason why we do this is because obviously for bird proofing, we don't know exactly what the roof looks like. We don't know exactly the what the cleanup is going to look like. So we want to make sure we're able to accurately quote, because the last thing we want to do is go up on your roof, throw some random, or sorry, last thing we want to do is, get some pictures or just get some aerial footage from Google, give you some price, finally get up on your roof and realize this is way too much bird poop that we have to clean up, or this was some panels that we didn't see, or whatever the case may be, some hidden factors involved. And now either one, we're taking the loss and taking the hit because we didn't quote properly, or two, we're now having to raise our prices, and that just doesn't look good both on our end and on the homeowners end. They're gonna get a sour feeling in their mouth, right? Because they were expect bird proofing is already a high end ticket, so it's a high ticket item already. So the last thing they want is to hear an extra $500, an extra couple $100, or an extra 1,000, and whatever the case may be, right? They don't want to hear any of that. So to avoid all those, and to also give a really great first time impression, and to really show your personality, to show the equipment we have, to show the materials we use. Since the day I started doing in-person bird proofing quotes, my close rate has skyrocketed. I'm not lying. That's extremely raw right there. I'm able to close a lot more bird proofing quotes. So for those of you who are watching, and for those of you who don't do in-person bird proofing quotes, I definitely would recommend you know taking a look at your schedule, and if you can, definitely go out there and do bird proofing quotes in person, because like I said, them hearing a quote of $3,500, $2,000, $2,800, it's a shock to them. But if you're able to soften the blow, and being there in person and showing them videos, showing them photos, showing them the equipment you have, the material you're going to use, showing them, you know, what happens if they don't proceed with this quote, you know, that all that information definitely helps. It definitely helps build trust. It helps go past that sticker shock. It also helps, go past that whole let me go and shop around because you just kind of seem outrageous. So this is all from my personal experience, and this is why I have continued since the start of in-person bird proofing quotes. I continue to do in-person bird proofing quotes because of this. So for those of you watching, and if you don't do in-person bird proofing quotes, I highly recommend you do them. I highly recommend you go out there, take some time out of your day, and that's why I'm talking about this, to physically get up on the roof and check everything out. But in the end, it's going to be that much more worth it. For window cleaning, we also do in-person window cleaning quotes. Why? Just because windows, you don't know the condition they're in. Do they have water spots? Do they have paint overspray? Do they have a lot of bugs just, stuck on them? What size, your little itty bitty 1x2 bathroom window compared to a giant front window, the living room, all this goes into play. So you really have to go and physically check out the windows. That way you also know how long you're going to be there to get the job done. That way you can quote accurately, and, not have to be changing your prices the day of the cleaning, right? Homeowners don't like hearing that. They really don't. It doesn't, personally, I don't think it sets a really good standard for a company when you get there and, oh, now the price is this. Oh, now the price is this. Oh, now it just all these um, hidden costs, I guess you want to call them, or just these unexpectancies. As a homeowner, I feel like you definitely want to know, especially when you're doing these home renovations. And I was actually just talking to a homeowner yesterday, and we were kind of laughing about the joys of being a homeowner, right? Just he's just like every year there's always thousands of dollars coming out of my pocket because something breaks, something has to be maintained, something has to be renovated or replaced. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is, right? So you get that comfort living in your own home, but when it comes to these renovations or repairs, you want to make sure that, when you get the quote is a final quote, in my opinion. Okay, so these are why I do these in-person quoting procedures for both the window cleaning and the bird proofing. And right now, because of this, like I said, I'm gonna reiterate, I'm going through a little bit of a speed bump of how to find the time to do these in-person quotes and have the time to go and get the job done as well, right? This morning I had a solar panel cleaning, so I went and did that. Right after that, I went and did a window cleaning quote because it was in the same city. And then right after that, I'm now headed and I'm down the street from my next job, which is another window cleaning quote. It's $500 for window cleaning. So, window cleaning, depending on the size of the home and how many windows, it can also be a high ticket item, right? Maybe not as high ticket. I don't think it's ever going to be as high ticket as bird proofing, but like I said, the fact that I'm able to see these windows, I'm able to quote properly and know exactly what I'm working with. And if I do need something extra, which I don't know if I would know the day of that quoting, the day that I did the quoting, so that way I can come and be prepared the day I do the cleaning, right? So there's a lot of things that go into play when it comes to, doing these in-person quotes and estimates. And so for those of you watching, for those of you who have passed this stage already, how did you do it, right? What's your process? What's your method look like when it comes to both the full inspection and quoting and getting the work done? Just some ideas that have been coming in my head, brainstorming as a full-time sales guy, right? Finding a full-time employee who can come and do all these quotes, who can come and do all these inspections, who can come and do all this, going out and talking with the commercial accounts. And he's strictly, sales. That's one idea. And the next idea is you know, for those of you who are owner operators and you're both the quoter and the operator, right? What does that look like to you? Are you going to be out there hiring just an own sales guy? Are you going to go out there on a salesman only? Are you going to go out there and hire employees only to do the work, and then now you, the owner operator, is going to be the full-time sales guy, right? How does that look like? So there's these different tactics or different avenues that you can apply and go down to be able to overcome this. So just give it some thought, and these are things that you're definitely going to be hitting as you grow, as you scale the business. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid at all to make these leaps, to make these jumps, to go out and get the other van, to go out and get um, some accounts that you want to go after, because it's going to take time. There's been a lot of commercial accounts that I visited for the first time last year, right, 2022, and now 2023. They're finally making their way back to me and asking about the quotes. Sometimes the quote changed a little bit depending on what it was because it's been so long ago. Sometimes it doesn't. But hey, when you go and make your impression and show people that you exist, and maybe you're not going to land it right then and there, it will come back around, okay? But it's a matter of you spending the time to go out there and show your face, show what you're working with, and let people know that you exist and you want to help them. So make sure you guys drop a comment and let me know that this information was helpful enough for you. And then I also wanted to quickly talk about, there was these two comments that I got over the past couple days or maybe the past week, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So one comment on the one of the videos that I got was just how you're paying your employees and what the details look like. Okay, so for those of you who either have employees or that you're looking at getting employees, you definitely want to go with the payroll processing system, right? You can do ADP, you could do QuickBooks, you could do an accountant, you can even do there's a lot of, I mean, Square even has theirs as well. Personally, I've done in the past QuickBooks, like my own. So, and QuickBooks was really simple. It really was. So if you guys have the time to input the hours, input the tax information, all that stuff, and do it on your own, that we're not having to pay someone, QuickBooks is really simple. I'm not trying to affiliate anyone. I'm not even, sponsored by anyone. And just all of my own personal experience of what I've done in the past. QuickBooks really worked for me. They can offer direct deposit, and they can also just send out those paper checks. Okay. And then what I use now is just an accountant, okay, a bookkeeper accountant. So same guy who does taxes does also payroll, and he handles all that. So, and the reason why I did that now is because um, the more employees you get, the more trickier payroll gets. And then aside from that as well, workers' comp goes into effect, and then audits, and so you always want to make sure that you have everything lined up correctly, accurately, and that if you don't have the time or maybe if you don't have the time, I guess, or the dedication to commit to doing this correctly and to make sure that everything's organized on your end, it's gonna be very difficult from when you do have those audits that everything's 100% correct, and that you're able to really back everything up if you in case they ever come at you asking for reports or whatnot. So you can definitely go two ways. One, doing it yourself. If you have one or two employees, that's not bad. You can definitely go with QuickBooks. But if you're gonna end up going with, anywhere more than 2 to 10 or something, or even more, I definitely will look at getting a system or even getting someone to do it for you. That way, you're not making any mistakes, and that way also when if one time comes and you do get audited, you guys are able to really show all these reports and show all the information that you need to show, so that way everything's good and you guys won't have any issues. But again, let me repeat that. So again, there's a couple different systems out there and softwares: QuickBooks, Square, ADP, um, and then there's you're going through a bookkeeper and accountant, and whichever way you go, they're going to have their associated fees with it. So just take that into account as well, whatever your budget allows. As a business owner, you guys always want to watch everything that you're spending your money on, especially when it comes down to, like, right now, come November, December, January, kind of the slow months, for us personally here at All One Solar Shine. So it's coming down to, okay, how are we spending our money? Are we spending it effectively and efficiently, and really getting the whole ROI back on everything that we spend, right? So that's a quick little detail right there of how we pay our employees and how you can pay your employees as well. So for those of you watching, and then next question was a good one too that I just want to go over quickly, was when it comes to high tilt roofs or steep roofs and pricing, how do you clean solar panels? Do you harness up? Do you use any special pole? Um, so this is a comment that I got on a video, and so when it comes to steep roofs, I always tell. So you guys have seen, right? And I'll be very very blunt about this, and I'm not going to be sugarcoating, or you guys can look at all my videos. We do not harness up on every roof, okay? We just don't. One, the time consumption of harnessing up. Two, the the roof in many cases is a lot more flatter than what it looks like when you're actually on the roof, to where harnessing up, it just creates more of a, in my opinion, like that rope that you have to work around with. Now you have also the hose that you have to work with, so you're adding all these extra obstructions that you can trip over. So we don't harness up on every roof, okay? And for those of you who say, shame on you, hey, shame on me, all right? I definitely appreciate all of your feedback. I definitely appreciate all of your comments, and your your criticism, if that's what you want to call it. But we will harness up, obviously, when the job calls for it. Okay. When does it call for it? When we get that feeling of like, hey, this is sketchy. If you doubt yourself, if you get that gut feeling of this is kind of sketchy, it's either steep or it's really mossy, or it's that early morning, 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, so where you still have that morning dew on the tiles, boom, you harness up. Because right now, coming November, December, January, it's really cold in the morning, so the roofs are going to be a little more wetter compared to like January or August, right, when everything's super dry and hot, straight from the morning. Um, so we will harness up. Okay, I want to repeat that we do harness up. Okay, um, on on all situations that require a harness. Um, What do we tie to? Okay, so we can tie to really anything. You can tie to a chimney. You can tie to the roof rack, the roof rack of your van, your truck. You can tie to a rim of your truck. You can tie to a tree if there's a nearby tree. You can tie to obviously a roof anchor if there is one. Those are obviously going to be, probably the easiest to tie to, but not every roof has one. Personally, here at All One Solar Shine, we do not install roof anchors, not even temporary ones. The last thing we want to be doing is damaging your roof. I get it. Roofers can also say if you do it right, you won't damage the roof. Totally understand. But we just don't even want to take that risk. Okay. We don't want to be drilling into people's roofs. We don't want to be nailing into people's roofs, regardless of, adding caulking and adding all this stuff. So that way it's all waterproof and tight. We just don't do it. So when it comes to anchors, like I said, it could be roofs, it could be chimneys, it could be your van, your truck, it could be a nearby tree, it can be a column if there is a column. Just whatever the case, whatever you have, obviously at the opposite end of you that will catch you that you can tie to, and this will hold you, right? So in every van that we carry 150 feet of rope, so that way we have enough rope to tie off to. And our harnesses, like I've stated in the safety video that I put up, it comes in different sizes. Okay, it can come in a small, medium, medium, large, and I believe there's an XL. So we have two different sizes, small, medium, and a medium large, depending on the personnel. That way they have the right harness to get into, fits them nice and tight. And so in those jobs, in those situations, we do charge a little bit more. Why? One, of course, is safety. Okay. For those of you watching, if you don't know already, you're probably I think, besides labor, the most expensive expense is going to be your workers' comp. Okay, your workers' comp insurance. That's going to be your most expensive because you're dealing with roof work. You're dealing with the altitude, right? And obviously, insurance companies take this as a high risk job, as a high risk, you know, possibility of getting injured. So they're going to charge you a premium. And that's unfortunate because we have to pass this information, or not this information, this pricing onto the homeowners, right? I mean, as a company, it's funny. I was talking to a homeowner yesterday, and I was explaining this exact same thing, but it was really cool though because he was a business owner, but he retired, so he kind of had the whole understanding of it. So we were able to be really upfront about this and transparent. And he told me, he's like, hey, as a business owner, I would always tell my clients, I'm not a church. Okay, I'm in this for profit. And when he said that, like, it just dinged on me, like that's 100% right. That's 100% true. And I'm probably gonna now start saying this to homeowners, right? Like, this isn't a church. Unfortunately, this is a company, and we are a profit. We are a for-profit business, and because of that, we have to charge accordingly. So, getting on the roof and having to harness up, we're gonna go a little slower. We're gonna be being extra more cautious, and we're going to be requiring some more extra equipment. And a lot of times too, when you're getting on a harness, that also means you're going to be using a 32-foot ladder. Very, very, very rare occasions that I can remember where we use the smaller ladder and had to harness up. It's very rare. So just bringing out also that 32-foot ladder, which is extremely heavy and uncomfortable to carry, and can just using it itself can lead to an injury. Now adding in the harness and being on a steep roof, there's so many things all added together can definitely lead to an injury, right? Can definitely lead to something bad, or something catastrophic, and we definitely want to avoid that. So when it comes to harnessing up and being on a steep roof, definitely charge a little extra. Let the homeowner know, to be transparent. Every time you guys are adding these extra little costs, I'm not saying charge double, charge triple, just charge a little more, only because of time, right? Because especially for those of you who do gutter cleaning. So we also do gutter cleaning, and on steep roofs, we'll always harness up when it comes to gutter cleaning. That solar panel cleaning, like I said, only when our gut really tells us, or when we just kind of think about it. I tell my guys, the moment you think about it and you think, should I harness up? Boom, the answer is yes. Okay, if you ask yourself that question, the answer is yes. So On gutter cleaning though, because you're just so close to the edge, I mean, you're going to be harnessing up a lot more compared to solar panel cleaning. And because you're harnessed up, you're going to be going a lot slower, so you're going to be dragging that job out a little bit more. So you have to just compensate your time, for that. Um, and because instead of it being done in an hour and a half, you're now taking 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes. So that extra time, you need to make sure you're charging accordingly and getting compensated for it. So hopefully this was helpful for all of you that were watching. Definitely hit the like button, comment if you guys enjoyed this video. Next week we're actually gonna be having someone else on, so stay tuned for next week. It's gonna be another good one, and I definitely want to bring other entrepreneurs together, other solar panel cleaners, whether they're here in my area or not. That way we can all learn from each other, we can all grow with each other, and just really get that ping pong feel for each other, right? Just help each other out back and forth, and grow. That's what this industry needs. So I appreciate all of you that have always watched my videos. I appreciate all of you that have always commented and liked and shared my information. Um, it's really motivational, and I've always thought about, I've never was really going to be in this situation right here or in this spot, but hey, this is where life has taken me. So for those of you who are watching, then stay tuned to the end. Just keep pushing, keep hustling. And Dang, I see you there. So thanks, Dang, for the comment. Appreciate you watching, brother. You've always been there. So thank you for the support and the motivation. You as well. Have a blessed day. Be safe, everyone, especially when you're out on the roof. Just go at it. Boots on the ground. Work hard, because it's gonna come, right? Don't ever stop. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.